I'd forgotten to do that earlier.
Proud.
Okay, well, it's 10 o'clock. See, folks are still joining, but we're going to go ahead and get started for our June. Tells you how much I want the weather to be warmer. Our January 27th, 2026, talk about it Tuesday. Our agenda for this morning, Sarah Wander from Datamark has joined us with some quarterly updates and a preview of some updates they've got coming up that's going to modernize their platform. Then we'll have some training for you, some deadlines and reminders, and we'll take questions at the end, but also we'll take questions at the end of Sarah's section. And if at any time you've got questions, just pop them into the chat or raise your hand or interrupt us, and we'll be happy to answer them. All right, Sarah, I'm going to quit sharing. If you want to go ahead and share yours, we can get started.
Great, thank you. Let me share my screen, make sure you can see it here. Can you see my PowerPoint okay?
We've got you.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks for having me again, everyone. I'm just going to share a really brief update. This was in our fourth quarter release of last year. It went out at the end of December. I think it was December 22nd, actually. Um, And as a reminder, we work on a quarterly release cycle. So during each quarter, we are working on fixing any issues you may have reported, mostly working on enhancing our product to keep adding features, functionality that you are requesting of us to make your lives better using BEP. So for validations in Q4, we added a couple enhancements. One was right now, if you are using any of our validations in your address points and road center lines schema in BEP, there is a feature status. And if you have retired or proposed in any feature, it will filter those out of the validation. So if you've got address points you're planning or road center lines that are, a subdivision you're planning and you don't want the validations to run on those, you can populate the feature status with retired or proposed. And we just made sure that this was also applied to our domain validations. So just a heads up there, if you have data that you really don't want the validations run against, there's a way to do that in BEP. The other enhancement was we updated our logic for road center lines that are overshoots or undershoots. If the road center line itself is less than 5 meters, we've enhanced our logic to not automatically flag those. What was happening was really, really short road center lines were being automatically flagged in this validation. So we've made the logic better, and those should not be flagged anymore if they're just short and they really aren't overshoots or undershoots. We did some bug fixes too in the last release. We worked with some special character handling if you have a custom external NGUID. We also worked on to update our save schemas page. So if you've got like 25 plus, where you'll see different pages now in save schemas that you can kind of paginate through, scroll through. We also fixed a bug where if you have cross-jurisdictional validations running and they're recurring, and you go to download a previous one, you'll actually get that previous validation run and not the current one. So fix that up in cross-jur validations. I just want to talk through what's coming up. Um, we have been working for a year to modernize our code base and our web map. We're moving to JavaScript 4.x. We are moving to Esri's experience builder off of their web app builder. And that's been a really big undertaking for the development team. And we're really excited to get this out. Tentative release is the end of March with our Q1 release. You're going to see a modernized look and feel. You're going to see maybe some things that look a little bit different, especially like the attribute table and the pending edits. And we will be updating all of the documentation in the knowledge base to reflect this update once it goes out. So this is what it looks like in your web map. If you're used to using the web map in BEP, you'll see a much more modern look and feel. The widgets look more modern, like you're used to seeing if you're an ArcGIS Online user. And most things will be exactly the way they're working now. We're calling it, feature parity, but they may look a little different and they may work a little bit different. For our quarter two, which is coming out end of June, tentatively, we've got some tentative enhancements. Most of these are geared to you, Anderson, because I know these are things you've been wanting. So the first one is a data recency report, and this would be a report for our aggregator users who to show history of validation run, uploads, and aggregation dates for all participants in one place. Really easy to understand involvement with VEP of all the people participating in Alabama or in our other multi-jurisdiction aggregations. The other one is MSAG generator as an aggregator to be able to generate MSAGs individually for each jurisdiction or each participant in your collaboration. For the state of Alabama, that would mean Anderson could go in as the aggregator, use any of the road center lines that you all have uploaded and generate an MSAG for any ECD. And the last one is upload pre-check enhancements. We're working through a lot of logic enhancements in Q2, hopefully to make the upload pre-check have a have ability to better understand your geometry issues. So right now, if you run upload pre-checks, it'll say, hey, you've got X amount of geometry issues in your fire layer, but you don't know where they are and you don't know what they are. So we're going to try to be working through making actual pre-check markups for those geometry issues so you can fix them before you upload them back in and have a better understanding of what they are. With that, I will take any questions. I know that was super brief, but I just wanted to give you all a high level overview.
Hey, Sarah, this is Scott with Baldwin County.
Hey, Scott.
I do have a quick question going back to that domain validation
You
for
got it.
road center lines or anything, I guess, getting uploaded into for the validation. Does that have to be a certain field with a specific schema, or how does that work for that particular one for coding that?
Yes. So in the actual VEP schema, which is really the NINA V1 schema, there is a field called feature status in both address points and road center lines. And in that field, if you have retired or proposed for any of your address points or road center lines, they're essentially filtered out of the validations. If you have a different field that you use or you maintain that has the retired or proposed attribution, you can field map to the feature status field in VEP. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. Thank you.
It does have to say retired or proposed. I mean, one or the other to have that filtered out. And if you have any questions at all, when you go to try it, just feel free to put in a ticket with Support Center. Someone will gladly get back to you and make sure you have what you need to make that happen. But that's a nice feature because we do see where, customers of ours have things they're planning in their data and they know the attribution isn't all filled out and they know they're not really ready to validate against it. So this will just remove that from the anomaly and kind of remove the noise of any validations that you really don't need run against those right now.
100%. That's what we have. So that's going to be a great add. So we'll just go back and add that field.
Awesome. Great. Any other questions, comments?
Okay. Sarah, I'm not sure if you or Anderson need to answer this, but Kelly with Randolph County has asked in chat, any updates on the status of our projects at Randolph County?
Hey, Kelly. Yeah, I saw your chat. I will check into that and reach out to you offline of this. Talk about it Tuesday.
Awesome. Any other questions, comments, thoughts?
One last question I had is
Sure.
is there any enhancements to auto upload feature?
Yes, so we do have some of those planned tentatively for Q2 as well. Some enhancements around, I believe, the visibility. So if you're an admin user, being able to see all of the other auto uploads that may have occurred from other admins. I think there's some enhancements around the messaging if anything goes wrong. Don't quote me there, Scott, but I know we do have some planned enhancements for auto upload as well.
Okay.
Good question, though.
Scott, that was a very timely question, and that I'll say my spiel. Sarah is great at Datamark, and Datamark as a company is very open to any feedback from the VEP perspective. The product I know as VEP today is dramatically different than the one I got to know 5 years ago, and a lot of that is based on direct feedback from both myself as well as heavy users of the product like Scott. So I say all that to say there is a feedback mechanism within VEP which we would encourage you to use, but also can be a bit tedious to go look through and go through. Datamark really would like to encourage you to utilize their forum for product feedback, but I am the easy button. And anytime you have complaints, compliments, feedback, whatever the case may be, let me know and I can directly relay that to Sarah. We have a standing yearly meeting where they come in on site and spend the day and want to know about all the things I've heard over the last year directly related to VEP, and they take that back and build that into the roadmap for the next year. So the Datamark is all ears, good, bad, or indifferent to your thoughts about VEP.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for highlighting that, Anderson. That's how we enhance our product. So we don't say, oh, we think this would be cool. Let's try this and see if anybody likes it. We actually use all the feedback we get from all of you to direct how we move forward with our product. So definitely please provide any feedback. Like Anderson said, you give it to him. You can even open a support center ticket and they'll put it in the forum for you and send it over to who is
Oh, wow.
typically in our product owner role. So we're going to be hiring a new product owner for VEP coming here shortly. We're going to be posting that out. Previously it was Caitlin Jamoka. And so we're going to be hiring that position, but your feedback goes directly to that person as well, whether you put it in the forum or you open a support center ticket so they can see it. So please feel free anytime to provide any feedback, however you see fit. Anderson's probably the best way because yeah, we get to link up every other week in a meeting, and we also have an on-site meeting, like you said, but we definitely want to hear all your feedback and appreciate all of it.
That's good to know. I didn't realize that. I learned something new today, that they
Yeah,
could file a support ticket and get that idea, question, complaint lodged in the support form.
absolutely. Yep, that goes right to the support forum and to our product owner and to me because I run the support center. So feel free. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, feedback? All right. Well, thank you all as always for allowing me to take up a few minutes of your time and your attention. And I hope you all stay warm out there.
Yeah, you too. And thank you, Sarah, for joining us. It's always great to be able to get everybody updated on the changes y'all are making and to get the word out that they're some of the driver of those changes.
Oh, absolutely. You all have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, moving on now. We have some training to talk about. I don't know. I think Laura is on another meeting, so I'll go ahead and I'll cover this. You may have seen this in the newsletter yesterday. There is VEP training coming up next week. It's hard to believe it's almost February already. And then several other classes available all the way through. We've got things scheduled potentially all the way into November with EMD and ETC. And our conference is
Hey,
coming up.
Michelle,
Yeah.
if you'll go back one slide, I
Mhm.
want to call attention to the VEP, the first bullet on Laura's class schedule. We still have room for that training. It is in Madison County on the 3rd and the 4th. The VEP training is all things client verify. I think we have 3 projects left outstanding to be completed for the data remediation. And I presented to the NINA membership last week that we still have 34 ECDs that are between that 90 and 98% threshold of data readiness. So the vast majority of those would have gone through remediation at this point. And essentially, the class is designed to walk you through what's left, what needs to be done. It's very hands-on. It's very direct for the attendees. There is the afternoon of the second day, the 4th, that is left open to have one-on-one time with both the Datamark instructors as well as myself to be able to answer any questions you have. So highly encourage folks who are still between that 90 and 98% data readiness threshold to attend that class. We will also have one in the most likely Birmingham area in March, still working with potential locations as well as dates availability for the Datamark trainers. But look for that if you're not able to attend the Madison County one next week. And I will send out another email. Hey, we've got some time or got some space available for this time slot. Come on in and join us.
All right. Thank you, Anderson. All right, on to our conference, May 4th through 7th in Huntsville, and tickets are available. Registration's open, all the stuff. You can get day passes if some of your folks can't make the entire conference. We do have day passes available. This is the schedule. I think Laura and Daniel are still working on a couple of spots to get filled, but mostly this is what's going to go on. And we have a pre-conference self-defense for telecommunicators class. And then post-conference, they're having a ENP boot camp for those of you that are going to be taking the ENP soon. Our reminders, the fiscal year 26 legacy reimbursement program is open. The submissions that come in by the 10th of the month will be paid out by the end of the month. Adam is still working with, I think Adam and Lee are both still working with Brightspeed to get some of those credits done correctly. So if you've submitted with Brightspeed bills, your reimbursements may be delayed. The PST certification reimbursement, if you send somebody through a PST class for certification, you can get reimbursed for some of those expenses. Again, if they're submitted by the 10th, they're generally paid out by the end of the month. Grant status reports are due on the 30th. So if you've got a grant status report that you need to submit, we need to get it to Adam by the 30th of this month. And Anderson, see if I can get this right. I haven't been doing well lately. Update, validate, aggregate your GIS data to the state office VEP every 2 weeks.
There you go. Nailed it.
ECD annual certification form. It is due on the 31st. Daniel has done an instructional document, which is linked here. You'll need to sign in, and only certain people can take care of this. So if you are the one that needs to do it for your ECD and you are unable to get signed in, get in touch with Daniel and find out who in your organization is authorized to do that and if changes need to be made. Do we have any questions? No? Well, I appreciate you joining us. I will try to have this up on the website later this afternoon. I've got to wait for Zoom to process it and then YouTube to process it. So, but I'll get it uploaded along with the slides that'll have these links active. So you'll be able to click through right to whatever you need. If you've got any questions for any of us, you're welcome to send us an email or call us here at the office. And if you have a subject you want us to talk about on Talk About Tuesday, just send me an email and we'll see what we can do about that. Or there is a form on the website that you can send also. Y'all have a great week. Stay safe and stay warm. If you need any of us, just let us know. Y'all have a good day.